You know that feeling when you're watching something super fictional, like an animated movie about idols fighting demons, and suddenly you're like, wait, why is this low-key accurate? That's exactly what happened to one of our favorite K-pop queens, none other than Vivi's very own Eumji. Yep, this all started with a casual Netflix night and ended with her calling out animated hairstyles, chaotic snack sessions, and, well, basically exposing idol life with the most savage accuracy. And we are so here for it. So let's rewind a little and start from the beginning. Recently, Netflix dropped this animated gem called K-pop Demon Hunters. It's exactly what it sounds like. A bunch of super stylish, ultra-talented K-pop idols who also moonlight as demon slayers. Because of course, why just slay charts when you can also slay demons, right? Now at first glance, you'd think it's just a fun fantasy concept for fans to enjoy. But then, out of nowhere, Eumji jumps on her fan messaging app and starts live commenting on the movie like she's doing a reaction video in her head. And what she said. Pure comedy gold. First of all, she didn't even ease us in with something like, hey, I watched this and it was fun. No. Our girl went straight for the jugular. She called out the character Mystery from the fictional boy group the Saja Boys, whose hairstyle literally covered his entire face. And Eumji, without missing a beat, joked, I think around 3,000 fans would have petitioned for them to change their salon. Tell me that isn't the most realistic thing you've ever heard. Fans absolutely will start a petition over a mullet or some tragically fried bleach job. She said it with her whole chest. And honestly, she's not wrong. Because K-pop hairstyling sometimes goes from trend-setting to what in the bird's nest is happening here real fast. But wait, she wasn't done. Eumji then posted a screenshot of another scene, one where the group Hunter X is seen lounging in a waiting room, stuffing their faces with snacks while shouting love declarations to their fans. And her caption? Just one line. This is basically Viviz in waiting rooms. At that point, Viviz fans everywhere were like, yep, that tracks. And if you've been in the Viviz fandom for a while, you already know Food is basically their fourth member. There are whole compilations of these girls just absolutely demolishing fried chicken backstage, giggling with sauce-stained fingers like it's their last meal before a world tour. Iconic behavior. But what makes all of this even funnier is the fact that K-pop Demon Hunters was never meant to be a documentary. It's full of wild fantasy stuff, cursed objects, glowing eyes, magical powers, and yet it managed to accidentally portray idol life better than some actual reality shows. Fans and even other idols started chiming in after Eumji's posts went viral. People were like, hold on, why does this demon-slaying movie understand my biases' schedule better than I do? And suddenly, what started as a fun animated flick turned into a semi-realistic parody of the K-pop industry. Now, let's take a moment to talk about Eumji, because if you only know her from her onstage elegance, you're missing half the story. First of all, Eumji is the youngest member of Viviz, which means she's the maknae. But she's not your typical cutesy maknae. Oh no, she's the maknae who hits you with dry, sarcastic one-liners while wearing a soft pink cardigan. She's been cracking fans up since the G-Friend days, with that perfectly calm delivery that just makes everything 10 times funnier. But behind the humor, she's also one of the most thoughtful idols out there. She writes long letters to fans, she's super articulate in interviews, and she once said her biggest dream was just to live a happy, quiet life surrounded by good people and good food. Same, girl. Same. And then there's Viviz as a group. For those of you who might be a little newer to the K-pop scene, Viviz is made up of 3 former members of the iconic girl group G-Friend, Eumji, Shinbi, and Eunha. When G-Friend disbanded in 2021, it left fans heartbroken. I mean, this was a group known for their razor-sharp choreography, emotionally charged vocals, and literally performing on slippery stages like professionals, while the rest of us would have been sliding into the ER. But just when everyone thought that chapter was over, bam! Viviz arrived. The 3 of them re-debuted under BPM Entertainment and instantly reminded everyone why they were legends in the first place. New name, new vibe, but same heart, same chemistry, and arguably even more chaos. And chaos is exactly what makes their group dynamic so lovable. Shinbi with her blunt honesty, Una with her spacey daydreams, and Umzi being the underrated comedic sniper of the trio. Whether they're on stage, in interviews, or just eating together, they're effortlessly hilarious and genuinely close. One time during a live broadcast, someone asked who eats the most snacks, and all three immediately pointed to each other. That's the kind of bond they have. Equal parts blame and love. It's no wonder Umji felt called out by an animated movie scene involving snacks. It hit a little too close to home. And this whole thing with K-pop demon hunters, it wasn't just funny, it was actually kind of wholesome. Because it reminded fans that even in an industry as polished and tightly managed as K-pop, there's still room for goofiness, relatability, and laughter. Idols like Umji opening up and laughing with us about exaggerated cartoon scenes is what makes them feel so real. Also, let's talk about styling. If you've followed K-pop long enough, you know that some of the realest struggles idols face are not ghosts or evil spirits. It's hairstyles. Weird bangs, questionable perms, random extensions, and don't even get me started on eyebrow bleaching. When Umji called out the Saja Boys character with the face-covering hair, it was basically her telling us, been there, survived that, still recovering. But here's the best part. K-pop demon hunters, while completely fictional, somehow captured that messy, sleep-deprived, snack-filled, occasionally weird-looking journey that is idol life. And with idols themselves, like Umji, giving it the thumbs up with a few laughs, it just proves that art really does imitate life. So now I have to ask, should Viviz get their own animated movie? I mean, seriously, can you imagine Shinbi in animated form, karate kicking a ghost mid-vocal line? Or Una trying to banish demons with cuteness while holding a popsicle? And Umji just casually roasting them all with commentary while battling evil? Netflix, call them. At the end of the day, this little moment with Umji turned into a big love letter to what makes Viviz, and idols in general, so beloved. They're talented, yes, but they're also down-to-earth, self-aware, and more than willing to laugh at themselves. And in a world that sometimes takes itself too seriously, that's pretty refreshing. So what do you think about all this? Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters? Do you think Viviz would survive a horror movie? Or would they just snack their way through it? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your theories, your favorite Viviz moments, or your personal snack recommendations in case they do get animated. Thanks for watching and spending time with me today. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video if you found it fun or learned something new. It really helps, and I'd super appreciate it. See you in the next one.